Hey there YouTube, CJ here with the Straight Vape coming back at you. Feeling a lot better now. Just want to take a second to remind everybody to join CASA, follow Not Blowing Smoke, because the FDA is trying to basically destroy vaping, which we're going to get into a little bit more in this video. But go ahead and take a second before we even get started, before the intro bumper. Go to CASA.org, sign up, and follow the calls to action for your state. I'm going to go grab some coffee, and we'll come back here in just a second. So let's get to it. Alrighty, folks, got my coffee. Let me get a quick vape here. We're going to have it's probably going to be quite a bit to go over. We'll try to get through it as quickly as we can, but we got to do it. Especially if we plan on to continue vaping. So, okay, so let's get to it. So in my last how to save vaping video, I talked about changing public opinion, which we still very much need to do. We can't have it all be about blowing O's and cloud comps and bottles of juice on ladies' booties and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we have to come together and we have to advocate. We have to kind of mainstream vaping, if you will. People that don't smoke, we need their support. Smokers, obviously, the whole point of it is to get people that are smoking cigarettes to stop smoking cigarettes. So if we have if vaping is leaned one way or the other, then we're not going to be able to get the popular vote for vaping. So I still stand by my first video, which I'll link to in the description, or maybe I'll put a little annotation or something in the video right here. But at any rate, there's been a lot of debate around, from the consumer standpoint, well, what should we support? HR 2058 or Cole Bishop Amendment? My thinking and philosophy, and what I've commented on numerous posts, tweets, videos, everywhere I find someone saying, well, HR 2058's dead, support Cole Bishop, or vice versa. People, we have to support all options at this point in time. HR 2058 is not dead. The people keep saying it's stalled. Well, that's what happens with all new bills. People say, oh, well, it's only got 4%, traction or whatever, or 4% chance of getting through. That's what they give all new bills. They give them all about a 4% chance. So, I have been following, and within the last couple weeks, we've gone from like 50-something sponsors to 58 sponsors. So, there are more and more legislators supporting HR 2058. It's still alive and well. So is Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop has gotten through a little bit farther. That's because they've kind of attached it to another piece of legislation. So it's kind of getting pulled through with that one. So of course it's going to go through faster. The bottom line is we need to support both. They both do essentially the same thing, which is move the predicate date. They move the date of when the FDA deems what new products can be. So right now it's 2007, which is almost 10 years ago, which there was almost no vaping products out then. Both of these things basically accomplish the same thing, which is moving that up until basically now. So anything produced from now, previously would be allowed to remain on the market. That's also what new products moving forward would have to be gauged against, is what's on the market now. So bottom line is support both HR 2058 and Cole Bishop until one of them is completely dead, or both. But right now, as it stands, we need to support both. CASA.org, CASAA.org, is our main source for advocacy as far as consumers are concerned. Previously, they were only supporting HR 2058. They've since, May 19th, they've updated their stance, and now we're saying the same thing. We need to support both. I mean, I look at it like this. If you're going to go into a fight, or if you're going to go to war, would you want to go with one gun or with two guns? no matter what size. You know, maybe Cole Bishop's a bazooka and HR 2058 is a 38 special, but I'd still rather have two than just one. So let's support both HR 2058 and Cole Bishop. Let's support everything we can support out there. Whatever avenues we have out there, let's utilize them. It's just silly for anyone to say, well, don't support that, it's dead, or, oh, well, that's not going to make it. Look, we won't know if it's going to make it until it doesn't make it. So until then, let's just support both. Enough rambling on that. So moving forward, and I'm on CASA's blog here. I'm just going to go through the most recent calls to actions and stuff. So, but I am seeing a trend here in each individual state. So, Alaska. Now this was they were voting on this May 24th. So that's since passed about a week ago. I don't know what the update is, but HB 4001. They were trying to enact a 75% wholesale tax on vapor products. And they said it was been scheduled for its first hearing in the House Finance Committee. So it's still in its infancy, but you'll see a trend here. So Alaska, 75% wholesale tax. If you live in Alaska, go to CASA.org, follow the call to action for Alaska, and get your legislators to completely oppose HB 4001. Let's see, what was the next one? Was Illinois. They were having a Consumer Protection Committee. They were asking if you lived in Illinois to fill out a witness slip, because SB 3011, which would raise the minimum percentage of tobacco and vapor products from 18 to 21, is moving on to consideration in Illinois State Senate. It could be voted on as early as this week, meaning end of last week, this week. So if you're in Illinois, go to CASA and follow the calls to action there. It's very, very important. Next up is Pennsylvania. This was announced this morning. Pennsylvania is trying to introduce a 40% wholesale tax on vapor products. So I'm starting to see a lot more of these wholesale taxes, 75%, 40%. Now I'm pretty sure there was a couple other states that have done the same thing. So what they're going to do is they're going to tax the shit out of us, basically. So if the FDA don't win, we still have to fight the fight in each of our individual states. I think that little tidbit there has been kind of lost amongst the majority of advocacy. Is everybody's saying, oh, FDA, but we can't forget about whatever state you live in. You still have to fight the fight there. I was lucky enough, and I'll try to put up a screenshot of the image. I got a email back from my representative here in Maryland who does support HR 2058, which is awesome. Representative, Andy Harris, I believe. If it's not on the screen now, I'll throw it up now. But yeah, so I was really, really happy that Maryland is doing the right thing. But we have to stay vigilant, not only on the federal front, but on each of your individual states' fronts. You have to join CASA. You have to sign up for notifications. You can also download my mobile app. I will send out notifications. I'm going to start this probably June, which is just a day away. But anytime the CASA sends out a notification, I'm going to send it out through my mobile app. So if you don't want to have to check emails or whatever, you will just get a little notification. And I'm just going to put, whatever the state is, call to action. I'll put a link to CASA to whatever it is, so you can look at it later whenever you want. But at least that way you'll have it right on your phone. The app is on Android and iPhone, so go download it. It's free, completely free. And that way you can, it's an even easier way to stay in the loop, so to speak. So, so just to kind of wrap this up real quick. We have to stay vigilant. We have to support all avenues that we have. HR 2058, Cole Bishop Amendment. Support. Ask your legislators to support both of them. Follow the calls to action for your particular state at CASA.org. Also, notblowingsmoke.org. awesome resource for more advocacy information. You can follow me on Twitter. I retweet a lot of stuff, from Grim Green and Greg Connolly and Vaping Greek and Phil Basardo and Suck My Mod even. A lot of the big advocates in the vaping world. Oh, Tony at the Vapor Trail channel has been doing an awesome job on Facebook. So if you're a Facebook person, follow Vapor Trail channel. Tony's been doing a lot of great stuff there too. So at any rate, it gets exhausting. We kind of lose sight of why we're doing it. But the whole point is to get people that are smoking tobacco products, combustible tobacco products, onto vaping, so they can either at least stop smoking tobacco and killing themselves, and or just completely quit smoking altogether. But at any rate, whew. That's what I got for you today, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Until next time, keep your vape game strong. This is CJ with the Straight Vape. We gotta fight. So, CASA.org, notblowingsmoke.org. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I truly do appreciate it.